A tooltip is a small informational pop-up that appears when you move your mouse over an element. It provides quick contextual help or clarification without interrupting your main work. Think of it as a little helper that shows up exactly when you need extra information about something on the screen. Tooltips have 4 main characteristics. First, they are triggered on hover, meaning they appear when your mouse moves over an element and disappear when you move away. Second, they are non-intrusive because they don't block your main content or interrupt your workflow. Third, they provide quick information instantly, giving you brief contextual help exactly when needed. Fourth, they are position-aware, which means they stay close to the element you're hovering over so you always know what they're describing. Tooltips are used in many situations. In forms, they explain required fields or tell you what format to use when entering information. For icons, they identify what buttons or symbols mean since icons can sometimes be unclear. For features, they explain how complex parts of the website work. Tooltips also alert you to warnings or important details you should know. They can define acronyms or shortened words you might not understand. And finally, they provide helpful hints and suggestions to guide you through using a website or application. When creating tooltips, follow these 4 best practices. First, keep your content brief by using concise text about 20 characters per line without repeating information that's already visible. Second, position tooltips strategically near the element they describe without blocking important buttons or information. Third, support both keyboard and mouse access to make sure everyone can use your tooltips, including people using keyboard navigation. Fourth, use visual arrows pointing from the tooltip to the element it describes so users clearly understand what it's related to. Making tooltips accessible means making them usable for everyone. Keyboard navigation is essential, so users must be able to access tooltips using the Tab key and dismiss them with the Escape key. For screen reader compatibility, use special code called ARIA attributes like ARIA described by and role equals tooltip so people using screen readers understand what tooltips are. Your text and background colors must have good contrast, meeting Web Content Accessibility Guidelines Level AA standards so people with vision difficulties can read them. Finally, tooltips must be dismissible and hoverable, meaning they stay visible when your cursor moves over them and users can close them whenever they want. There are 4 major mistakes to avoid when using tooltips. First, never hide critical information only in tooltips. Anything essential for completing a task must always be visible on the page. Second, do not make tooltips disappear too quickly. Give users enough time to read the information before it vanishes. Third, remember that hover-based tooltips do not work on touchscreens like phones and tablets, so you need alternative methods for mobile users. Fourth, never cover up important buttons, links, or other critical interface elements with your tooltips, as this creates a poor user experience. Tooltips can be positioned in 6 different ways around an element. Top positioning places the tooltip above the element with an arrow pointing down. Bottom positioning places it below with an arrow pointing up. Left positioning places it to the left side with an arrow pointing right. Right positioning places it to the right side with an arrow pointing left. Top right positioning places it diagonally at the upper right corner. Bottom left positioning places it diagonally at the lower left corner. Choose the position based on where there is the most space on the screen, and which position best connects the tooltip to its element. ARIA stands for Accessible Rich Internet Applications and provides special code to make tooltips work with screen readers. The role equals tooltip attribute identifies the element as a tooltip, so assistive technology recognizes it. The ARIA described by attribute links a button or element to its tooltip using an identification reference for content association. The ARIA label attribute provides an accessible name that describes the tooltip's purpose for screen reader users. The ARIA hidden equals true attribute hides the tooltip from screen readers when it is not currently visible. Using these 4 ARIA attributes ensures that everyone, including people using assistive technology, can understand and use your tooltips.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.